Practicing this thing is one thing, but it's a whole new experience racing this thing.
Welcome to Höljes in Sweden for the first round of the 2020 FIA World Rallycross Championship. Long delayed, finally here, and what a place to be. Höljes, one of the oldest and undoubtedly best rallycross circuits in the world. Sadly, not particularly busy. Thanks to COVID, spectators not allowed, so those grandstands would normally be packed with 50,000 people partying in Happy Street, cheering every single door bump and jump and slide here on this dramatic circuit. The reason that we are here is because of Projekt E. Ken Block is going to be competing this weekend in the first ever all-electric rallycross championship.
This is the best rallycross track in the world, besides the Nitro World Games track that Travis designed. But for normal rallycross tracks, this is it. Like, they should just take this track and drop it anywhere they're planning on putting new tracks. This track has it all. It has bowl turns, it has jumps, it has turns over crests. I mean, you launch from the start, and the first turn is a very fun turn over a crest. I'm really stoked to be here. It's great to be back in World Rallycross, great to be back at this particular track.
So what is Projekt E? Well, it's the world's first electric international rallycross series, but crucially, it's the world's first all-electric road car-based motorsport customer program. And it's all about this. Developed by STARD, the chassis is a Mark 8 Fiesta ST, but everything else is completely different. It's got 3 electric motors, 1 in the front, 2 in the back. 1,000 Newton meters of torque, about 612 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 1.8 seconds, and top speed of 150 miles an hour.
And it's very good. I did a test the other day. From a driving perspective, the car handles very well. The weight of all the batteries is down low, and the weight for this car is 200 to 300 kilos more than a regular supercar, and you can feel that. You can feel the inertia as you try and transfer the weight and drive the car through the corner. On tarmac, it feels very, very good. You can easily oversteer it when you want, and really oversteer it by accident, because as you go full throttle with the supercar, you're in a certain gear and it would just pull forward. But that rear wheel can keep going up and up and up in speed, which just means more and more oversteer. On loose surfaces, I've actually spun the car going slow. So I'm really uncomfortable with how the weight affects the car on a loose surface. It just doesn't want to bite. It wants to keep sliding. So that's something that we'll just figure out with more time and more setup changes. But for now, I'm excited to get out there and get racing. It's a racetrack I know very well. It's a type of racing I know very well, but the tool's totally different. It's going to be great to be able to get these cars out for the first time and race them at the world level.
Green light, brilliant start by Ken Block on the outside. Really gets spun in the first corner. Neubauer into the side of Ken Block.
So there we go, some scars and some worn tires, still warm. Proof that this thing has done some rallycross today.
And those scars are all I did that all by myself. That was a very interesting day. Practicing this thing is one thing, but then racing it at competitive levels is a whole different thing. It really does drive like you're on a knife's edge, because it feels much more like I'm driving a rear-wheel drive car than an all-wheel drive supercar. Had some incidents on track, including in the first qualifier. But the stewards ended up giving me the win. Got second in the second qualifier, so sitting first overall after day 1. But it's definitely a whole new experience racing this thing. But it's a good learning experience. It's got great potential. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. 2 more qualifiers, Q3, Q4, and the final.
Congratulations, Ken. That was
I'm
awesome.
smiling. You can't see it here, but I am smiling. Joe Herman drove very well this weekend and put a lot of pressure on me. I had to get off to a good start. You know, we worked on the setup all weekend and finally got it to somewhere I was pretty happy with, so I was putting in consistent lap times. It was a fun weekend. It was great. It was great to be a part of this for the first time and come away with the first Projekt E World Rallycross trophy. Pretty happy about that. Thank you, Sweden. Thank you, World Rallycross, for having a great event, even though it was very unfortunate the fans couldn't be here. But we made it work. Humanity prevailed. We went out and raced electric cars.